Comers in a
Oh
sense.
shit, here we go. Yo, and welcome back to the Break Effects podcast, y'all. Woo!
Yes. Welcome back, y'all.
Yes, I am one of your hosts, B-Boy Epi, alongside my other host.
Toby One Kenobi, and we're
Yes, sir.
representing Break Effects crew. Thanks for tuning in to the Break Effects podcast.
Yes, thank y'all for joining us tonight. It's been a minute since we've been on. I know that me personally, I've been crazy busy with life, bro. So like I know for me haven't had time. So apologize to people who've been asking like, hey, when you guys going back on? We're here. But yeah, life's just been crazy.
Yes, life has been crazy. Life is good. But yeah, likewise, just glad that we're able to take some time today and jump back on. And like you said, thank you for everyone for, you know, understanding life is life. But yeah, we're definitely excited to be back on the podcast once again.
Yeah. Hopefully we could jump into some kind of consistency at some point here. We're just juggling a lot of stuff that we'll get into tonight. Tonight, y'all are joining us to watch an epic battle that happened in the past. And you're going to see some of your favorites uh, in their prime. And we'll get more into that a little bit later. But first, like I said, welcome to the podcast. We are back. We're going to start with some updates, with some things that we have going on. We got lots of things cooking, bro.
Yes, in the
That is,
lab.
whew. I mean, besides being actually in the lab dancing and with the kids and stuff, event wise, we got a lot of stuff going on. We are about 10 months now away from. Let's get into this right here. We're about 10 months away from the Mexican standoff, y'all. Like, wow. Can
Woo!
you?
Yeah, that's for sure. Feels like it just happened, and now we're already game planning for the next one. Really excited though.
Yeah. I think we maybe took a month off, and then the next month we were on it, ready to go to for planning and stuff. So we've already been in the works planning, and we got lots of things in the works. I do know that the last podcast we did let everyone know about one category that is new. And which category was that we were doing again?
Yeah, so we let everyone know last time that we're gonna bring back the crew battle to Colorado. We definitely are excited to bring on a 5-on-5 at the Mexican standoff for the first time.
Yeah, a 5-on-5, y'all. We are doing crew battle at the Mexican standoff, and the Mexican standoff will be the 8-year anniversary of it. During the pandemic, we did do one offline and the other one at the spot. But since then, we've been rocking there, and this is going to be our 8th year, and as well as Break Effect's 20-year anniversary.
It's a grown it's
What?
a grown up thing now.
It's grown up.
Yeah.
It's on its own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, not too many crews can say that they've made it this far, and definitely just honored to be a part of the whole journey. It's been wild. Yeah, I'm sure we each have our crazy timeline, time lapse of the entire process, progress, just the evolution of where it was and where it is now.
yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we're excited to celebrate 20 years of Break Effects doing their things, whether it's been on stage, battles, performing, teaching, throwing jams, uh, owning multiple studios. Yeah, it would just, we've done a lot and we're excited to celebrate with everyone. So we hope everyone can make it out. We already have the dates out for that, which is May 1st and 2nd, which we will start celebrating the 30 or April, the last day of the month in April, that Thursday. We'll start celebrating that for 4 days. We already got lots of talent locked down. We are, besides the 5-on-5, we are doing other. So the kids category will stay the same, right? The kids
Two on
category
two.
was gonna stay the 2-on-2, but we are gonna take the open styles and we are gonna. Oh, I'm so excited! We're gonna do a 3-on-3 open styles. Yes, it's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy. It's gonna be
yeah.
crazy.
So really excited. Yeah. Just kind of the team aspect all around. I want to definitely looking forward to seeing crazy routines and just the, overall. It's not often that in the Colorado scene you see teamwork anymore. It's kind of been just the one-on-one platform for quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the goal. We're celebrating the crew anniversary, so we want to make things more of a crew aspect. So open styles is going to be it's going to be a 3-on-3, y'all. And then we are working on either it's going to be a exhibition battles set up for some B girl battles, or we're going to do some invites and run a 2-on-2. So more details on that, but we are definitely going to have a B girl category as well as exhibition battles throughout the weekend and performances. So,
So yeah, so,
ooh.
woo! So you heard it here first. We got the 5-on-5 crew battle. We got the 3-on-3 open styles. We have the 2v2 youth battle, and possibly either a 2-on-2 or exhibition battles for the B girls.
Yep, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be amazing, as well as classes throughout the days that is going on. So that's the Mexican standoff, y'all. That's the news about that. You only hear it here for now until we get ready to drop more news later on social media. But the only way you can hear about these categories and get any kind of news is through either us or here on the Breakfast podcast. So if you're here, thank you for joining us. Join us in the comments and yeah, let's talk about our next little thing. I got a commercial for it, so let's shoot to a little commercial because we're about to get into something that's going on that same weekend, which we're really excited and proud about because we're going to take it to another level. Yeah, break the bank, y'all. Break the bank. Break the bank.
Break the bank. Break the.
Yes, so break the bank. That weekend's going to be happening. We're going to have, I think we're doing 8 competitors. We're going to do 6 invites. 2 spots will be earned. 1 spot being here. You'll see a flyer here posted in the next couple weeks, but September 6th will be the first qualifier here. And more info will be coming out about that as we are working with Debt on that one. So there will be a qualifier here for a Colorado person. But other than that, we're doing 6 invites, and it's going to be for a lot of money. Just let me tell you, it's going to be for a lot of money for a concrete battle one-on-one that will probably last 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, and the concept's ridiculous. Like, you definitely got to see it to kind of understand. But also, once you catch wind of it, it's my favorite slash excited. I've been about seeing a battle in a long time for sure. Just um, it's a betting format. It's one-on-one concrete call out battle. Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, yeah, you got to see it to you kind of understand how what would the word be? Just how raw it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We put up the money for the competitors. We give them cash. They challenge one another and call each other out. And they up the ante on the bets. They could go all in, or they could just take the bet right there, and they'll go one round. We had interesting stuff happen throughout it. Gravity definitely did some crazy stuff by calling out two people in one round. Uh, but yeah, no, we've had some crazy stuff happen. It's a great concept, and we're excited to take it to the next level with some really dope invites and for a big bag of cash. So it's going to be exciting, and some new elements to that too, which we'll surprise you with later. So yeah, Break the Bank, Mexican Standoff, May 1st and 2nd that weekend. It's going to be popping. So make sure y'all check it out. And let's get to almost the reason why we're here. So we're going to watch this footage, and thank y'all for tuning in. And please, again, feel free to comment, and thanks for the likes already on the video, and save this one because it's going to be a good one. This footage you can't find anywhere. I tried to find, there was a clip of like the argument that happened at the end of this battle, between us and Breakdiciples, and there was some shit talking going on, and there was a video out there that had shit, and I can't find it. It's on YouTube. I just don't know the name of this jam, So, yeah, but I happened to save the footage from then, and it's a battle between, and I can't tell you the exact time of this. This had to have been in the early 2000s, maybe 2005 or 6. I'm guessing because Break Effect started around 2006, and Chris and Cam are with us. So it's me, Little Show, Ray, Chris Martin, and Cameron. It was a 5-on-5 in Arizona, and this battle was actually I think it was either top 16 or top 8. I'm pretty sure it was top 16. This battle, it's an 8-minute battle. Them, and the Breakdiciples is Moy, Kid David, Kevo, Speedy, and Rock's Right.
Dude.
Yeah, bro, just saying those names. Hey, in the chat too, if our sound is off, please let us know because I can't hear it right now. I'm not monitoring it, so make sure we're coming in clear in the chat. If something's off, let me know. But yeah, so it was those guys, bro, and these guys were like, I don't want to say they're prime, but yo, they were like, they already had a name for themselves. Like, we walked into that jam and we saw them there. We're just like, yo, that's those guys, We've already had encounters with them before, with like Moy and Kid David and Rock's Right, at other jams, which we'll get into those later on. But this instance, we knew each other, we're familiar with each other. We knew that, like, damn, they're the team to beat right now, And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, what do you think? Just like when you hear those names, bro, like, what's
I
your
mean,
first thought?
well, they're the faces of the dance world. Like, as far as like production goes, as far as emceeing, Red Bull being, known as Red Bull winners, being the names of Monster Energy and Break Free leaders. They're kind of the pioneers of the game back in the early 2000s. Later, like maybe like the 2005 through the 2010 era. Like, yeah, definitely. That's kind of what I think when I think of those. All of those names right there.
Yeah, bro. I mean, those are hitters. Those are guys right now where people, like I said, look up to. I always tell people when I tell this story, I'm like, yeah, these are like everyone's favorite dancers, like people who have done things and are still doing things. And I will say this, like, because I want to set the scene so everyone understands. This was a time where, like, there was like a lot of shit talking. Things weren't nice. People weren't nice to each other. Like, there was bad blood already from the start of this. There was already bad blood. because of incidents beforehand. Um, but when we, like I said, when we walked in, we were like, oh shit, okay, like let's get past prelims, and we knew like. Okay, B-boys have an ego. We all have egos, right? We have that B-boy ego. Like, I'll smoke them fools. We were very well aware that we could not take them one on one. Like this was going to have to be a group effort. That, in all honesty, Ray, and Show were the anchors of the team. Like they're the only ones who had, at that point, moves at a higher compete with those guys. You know, so we went into it with like, yo, we have to beat them, like, or try to beat them here, not one on one, because we can't do it. You know, like me and Chris and Cam didn't have the arsenal individually to try to hang with these guys. You know, so when we went into this battle, it was round for round. We knew what we were gonna do already. Like we knew what we had to do. We knew we weren't going to change the game plan. And that's what I always tell people. I'm like, don't ever change your game plan. I mean, you can, but you know, we did call a little audible in the middle, but at the beginning, until we saw them start playing into our game plan, we knew like, all right, we got them playing our game now, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah. You got to kind of strategize when you're going against 5 juggernauts, right? And you, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, these guys are hitters, bro. Like, and they were called Breakdiciples. That's what they entered the jam as Breakdiciples. Like I said, we caught them early on, and we just knew like right now everything we have, teamwork, and I think I know Remind was one of the judges for sure. I'm not sure who the other 2 judges were, but I know I've never witnessed anything like this in history of me being at jams. But the judges went outside for 30 minutes to review the tape to decide who won. Like that's how intense this battle was, you know? Looking back on it now, times have changed. And it's like, I'm like, yeah, like those guys were like, we were trying our hardest. Yeah, they beat us. Like for sure, they beat us, you know? But we gave them a hell of a fight, and we stuck to who we were. We knew we were like, yo, we can't, like I said, we can't fight these dudes one on one. Like, come on now, you know? So
I mean, to call a deliberation like that though, like in the middle of a battle where you're still going through the tournament.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part. That's crazy.
Yeah. They took it's like a lunch break or something. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was like for 30 minutes they were outside reviewing the tape because they didn't know who they wanted to give it to, and then they came in and gave it to them, and they told us why we lost, which I'll share after the battle. You know, so I'm sure it'll make sense. But you know, we gave it a hell of a run, and it was really. I think looking back at it, I'm just like, yo, we got to battle dudes like that, in a battle atmosphere like that. And now it's like, yo, that was an honor, dude. Like we had them dudes pull out their best moves, bro. Like wait till you see this footage. Like let's just get to the footage. Those guys, yo, they, like I said, we ain't no punk bitch. You know, we tried our hardest and we worked as a team, damn it. And I'm proud of us. And yeah, I love this video. You can't catch us anywhere else. I'm going to load this up onto Instagram later. But yeah, let's check this out now. Let's go. Let's get into this. The view gets better. Don't worry about that. It'll back up. Woo. That's C. Martin with the Cameron Hobbs. Like I said, the camera view is a little off right now. They're going to adjust it. But right away, you already know, Toby, you already know what's our game plan, dude. What are we doing?
Yeah, you're gonna stack routines on top of them, one after another, and kind of, just highlight the blow ups that each person has.
Yep. That's all we could do. But Kevo, dudes are bad, bro.
Yeah.
Woo! Watch. And here we come again.
Let's go.
And then we got a little show with the solo. Like I said, they fixed this camera now. Woo!
Them high chairs.
Yeah, the high chairs, boy. That strength. Yep. And right here we knew. We're like, okay, they're going to play game.
Nice.
Yep. This is where we knew. They're playing, but they're off. So you see that right there? Like, you're going to see it through it. Like, they start going off a little bit because they're playing our game now. Like, we were like, no, we're not going to stop. But yo, that was sick, yo, though. Hold up. Go back. Hold up. Their routine's nasty, though. They slip up a little bit. Come on, y'all. But, yo, Speedy? That boy crazy. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when 1.5s were still just fresh. Like,
Yeah. They were the new thing. Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
Speedy, bro. Look,
Yeah.
we're not stopping. We're not stopping. Nope. And these guys were clutch at routines. You already knew. Like,
Yep.
on point.
Yeah.
Look, you remember this one.
Yep. The mega freeze. Yep.
Hey, look. Yo.
Monsters. Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, like, yo, like, they're killing it, bro. Like, they're killing it. But yo, we're not backing down, bro. Like, you see what we're doing, you know.
Yeah.
But now they start getting frustrated. Boy, shut up. Mad, bro.
Young Moy.
Yeah, right. Young Moy. Talent, you killing it. Now here we go, y'all. Yo, like, stop it, bro.
Yeah. You don't air chair against Ray or Show. Like, like,
We're gonna bring that one back. And I'm sorry, you guys can go back and watch this in its full entirety later, but I'm sorry that, like, I love my boy Ray, bro. Like, Ray, like, we knew, like, this was timed. Precision was everything. We knew. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You don't see people hold it like that.
it's a pause, not a freeze anymore.
Yeah. Like I said, man, they were high caliber, but we're fighting back, bro. But they are killing it. But so are we.
Yeah.
Look.
Power combos, yep. Like,
We're honored to have pushed you guys that far to do that on us.
yeah.
Rock's right, bro. Woo.
Transition master.
Yeah. Like I said, our game plan still doesn't stop. Like we knew.
And this kind of just shows like where Break Effects was going. Like
Yeah.
all the breaking routines, and then eventually becoming like a hip hop choreo team with Chris Martin leading the charge. Like,
Ooh,
yeah.
look at Chris. His b-boy days.
Throwing the whole playbook at him right now.
We're throwing the whole playbook, bro. Did you see all that? We're gonna have to rewind that, but watch it. Look at this. Y'all, people still can't do this. Yo, that segment right there is fire, bro. Because Ray, then they threw their routine, and then we threw another. We were like, yo, I got to bring that back though. You saw what we were doing. We were like, yeah, we gotta. We're after Rockspite did his thing. Hold on, let's bring it back to Uncle Ray Ray. Come flying in. This is unreal, right? Oh, my cousin Tim's on. He said, dope footage. You guys had them pulling out all their Red Bull moves. you already know, cousin. You already know. Like I said, man, at the beginning, like, we're fighting some juggernauts here. These guys are like, what else could we do? Like, bro, they're blowing us up. Like, that's one of their best routines. They had to pull it on us. And I love the general, bro. Like, respect to these guys, you know?
Yes, yes.
But also, we weren't backing down, bro. Like, nah. And this whole next segment, like you said, the playbook, this was our number one. We knew, like, as soon as they did their best thing, and that was our goal. Make them pull out their best routine so we could do this exact movement right here. All this was planned, bro. Like you said, the whole playbook.
Yeah, these you're playing chess at this point, you know.
Yeah.
Who's pulling out the rook? Who's pulling out the knight? Like,
Chris Martin with some musicality. Julian's up in the live. We're watching this footage. I mean, and look at this combo. I remember show busting this always. Ooh. That was hard. Yo, but Kid David comes fighting. Murder, bro.
Yeah, this is like 20 years ago. Like how much time's fly. This is time travel right now.
Yeah, we are time traveling for sure. We are time traveling back. For sure, it's got to be at least 20 years old. At least 20 years old, for sure. Because you see how young all of us are. Even them, bro. Like, they're hecka young. And, yo, Kid David murdered that round. He had a little slip up at the end. But, yeah, he killed that round. Here comes my boy, Ray. You know Ray.
Oh, yeah. I've seen people turn red in the face battling Ray, for sure.
Yeah. Watch this. Watch him. Yo, I'm gonna say this, okay, because I'm just gonna say it, and I don't care, because I feel like I'm like almost a historian at this point, okay, because I've seen so many battles. But like you said, this is almost 20 years ago, and Ray was doing the reverse Halo then, bro. Everyone's doing it now, where they're like, halo, and then they reverse and go underneath, bro. Like your boy Ray, he was doing that shit over 20 years ago. When I'm sure a lot of people were, but
Yeah.
I just want to say, you know, a lot of people think they're doing new stuff when they really ain't. And Kid David came
Now,
flying in. I don't. The move he did was dope. The camera guy missed it. But yo, that's Kid David in his prime, bro. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Hell yeah. Yo, like, like I said, these guys are coming at it, bro. Like, we heard 2 minutes and we knew, like, we had no time left. That was it.
wide angle cameras weren't a thing yet.
Nah, they weren't, bro. Woo! Yo, Kevo comes in here and, like I said, bro, they had to do all their dope shit. This is nasty. The headbutt, the flare headbutt.
Power monster. One of the first people I've seen do star flares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Bro, he's burning us. Look how mad we are. Look at Kid David's so mad he keeps going. Look at Kevo don't even want to shake hands, bro. Look, Speedy's cool. Rockstrike's like, yeah. Where's Ray? I don't think Ray even went out there and shook people's hands. It was so bad, bro. So
Yeah, but that's the way it was back then. Like, you know.
oh my god, we'll go back and watch a couple more clips of that. But yo, that was an 8-minute battle. We knew once they said 2 minutes that we were done. We actually had one more round of routines because show was supposed to give us the breather, and we had one to set up to like a double head spin, and we didn't get a chance to do it. So, yeah, man. So the judges couldn't make a decision. They went outside. They came back in, and now I'm like, there's a lot of reasons why they won, right? Like we were fighting to just hang with them dudes, right? And the judges, for them to go out there and have to like think that hard was pretty dope. It was a compliment to us, I think. And I think what really happened too is I think we caught them off guard.
Right.
They're expecting everyone to just go 1-for-1, and they know they could take anybody out in that whole battle. They could have took anyone out going round for round, 1-for-1 against anyone. The only other dope crew was Thesis's crew. That was when Thesis was actually living in Arizona. And later on, Thesis hit 15 one-hand air chair hops on them. Yeah, it was crazy.
Hey.
Yeah. But I don't think they thought we were going to do what we did and be as good as we were. And I think Ray definitely like threw some huge blows in there, like that was Ray, bro. Like he was always on point, and I think it was just a matter of how we used him in show. Like I said, that whole battle was set up with us putting ego aside and just being like, "Yo, this if we're even gonna hang with these dudes, it has to be as a crew because we cannot beat them 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Those guys are ill,
And
bro.
that's kind of what you want to see. I mean, you don't see crew battles where it's actually your crew and you have that much of an arsenal or a playbook with that many routines where you're able to kind of cater and play off of those just relays and rebounds from one crew to another. I think a lot of super crews nowadays have, they practice their routines maybe an hour, 10 minutes before the battle starts, right? Or maybe they're on tour with a crew and they have certain routines that they do with each other, that they're able to pull out when they collab in these larger battles now. But yeah, you don't really see a team that has built like a actual just names for each routine, like no in and out each other's moves. It's just not a thing anymore.
Yeah, and I know during this time of the battle, that was like when Battle of the Years, like crews were like battling each other with a lot of routines and stuff. And that's kind of why we were battling that way too, is because there was that era of that time where there's like there was a lot of crew battles. So we were using that same formula as like which the dope crews in Battle of the Year did when they would do the battle for top three, the battle for one after the showcases. You'd see them just dropping mad routines. So this was like around that era. I know that because that's why we had it stacked, because we were in that frame of crew thinking of like, let's move as a unit, because that's kind of what we had seen other crews doing. So it was really, that's where we were at. And I know now where it's like, it's not really accepted as much, where like there's jams now where they limit it. They're like only one routine or no routines until this and that, because they want the b-boys and the b-girls to go one for one, because that's like some raw stuff, right? You're going one for one with somebody. You show that you everyone in your crew is strong, right? Because that's where we're at. Is you got everyone in your crew has to be strong, because if not, you could pick on the weaklings. This was just a
Right.
different time. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it depends, right? Because we saw it with the crew on crew battle at the last Red Bull event in Denver, where the Hawaiian crew, what's their name? Sorry, um, they had
Yeah,
like mad routines, right? Like that final battle, they threw more routines than I've seen in a crew battle in a long time. And then you had Rad Crew, kind of going one for one, dance for dance, but also had dope routines as well, because they're known for that as well. So yeah, it just, I don't know. I think that it's coming back. It's not like, I think that the crew battles kind of maybe something that's gonna another platform, a different way to kind of bring the dance back. But yeah, I definitely agree. With the kind of standards, you really don't have room for a weak link anymore. Back in the day, you had like your assigned power guy, your
yeah.
assigned headspin flare guy, your style guy, but now you have to be well rounded and kind of know everything, every nick and knack of the game now.
Well, yeah. I mean, now it's like you have all these super crews, and it's like there's eight of them, and all of them are dope. So it's like, yeah, there's just a lot more doper people these days too. But yeah, I mean, that was a super crew. Those guys are not a real crew. They all come from different places and different crews and different backgrounds. So we were battling a super crew. You don't see a lot of real crews these days. That's a difference now too between then and now. But yeah, it was fun, bro. I'm just happy and honored to say that we battled dudes like that, and we pushed them to be able to like pull those moves and routines out on us.
Yeah, I mean, I just, the, the GWT to Break Effects days, it was, we were probably the hardest to beat, but also the most loved and the hated at the same time, in our region, right? So it speaks a lot for the founders and the pioneers of those crews, that you guys have been are able to hold it down, and give give the give those guys a run for their money. Like that's hype for me to see, for sure. I've seen that battle like a handful of times, but every time I see it, I see something new and see something that I'm like, oh shit, like and yeah, it just reminiscing on that. It's just it's like, dang, 20 years has passed too. Again, like that's
Yeah,
insane.
it is insane. 20 years. I tried to pull up that logo and stop it. That artwork is done by Fate. Fate Rocks, B-Boy Fate. Love you, bro. Miss you. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, that's his artwork. That GWT artwork right there. And those were the days, because GWT is our roots, as well as like Motion Underground, because Chris and them came from Motion Underground. So like Break Effects was built off of its roots are Motion Underground and GWT. And at that moment, like we were all representing GWT. We were Break Effects at the moment too, because that's where we were performing as. But when we went down there, we entered as GWT. I don't even know if you can notice the MC on the mic, but that's Dent.
I didn't. No, that was Young Dent. Oh man.
That's Young Dent, bro. He was on the mic and he was showing us love and yeah, bro. He fucking you could hear him like showing us love, but yeah, that was young Dent. Shout out to Dent on the mic. But yeah, bro, this was a dope battle. Like I said, for them to just have to pull out those routines, like once they put air flaring over someone, because I had seen that original routine Speedy and them had done battling on the boat. That's the first time I had seen them use it on someone, a crew.
At the freestyle sessions?
At the freestyle session on the Queen Mary. As I was there, I witnessed that. So I watched it happen on the sideline when he did it over one person. And then when we were battling them dudes and then they did it with two people, I was like, oh, hell no. And you just said, yeah, for sure. Let's go back to this little segment. We're almost done here. We're about 40 minutes in. And everyone, I'm going to upload this tonight. And I'll collaborate Break Effects and the spot and we'll put it on our pages so you guys can watch it in its entirety. I know that we kind of stopped and paused, and I appreciate everyone for being patient and for a lot of y'all jumping in. Say so, and I'll do it. Well, I'll give you 30 seconds. If you guys say some comments, start it over, I'll watch it. If not, we're just going to watch the middle part where it got funky and fresh. And like I said, man, you saw the game plan, bro. Like and it's a game plan that we've always had in the Break Effects playbook of just like, hey, load them up, hit them hard. Teamwork, you know?
Teamwork, yep.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was good stuff. So, I forgot to tell you why the judges said we lost.
Oh, yeah.
So they came back in, and this is, I mean, now, like I said, we're in a different time. You see things different. Perspectives are different. Back then, that, like I said, that was the era of the Battle of the Year where teams were being a team. And I know Remind was probably giving it to us because I know him and Style Elements battle the way we battled. You know, I seen them win a freestyle session that way where they just went off a bunch of routines. Like they just kept dropping routines. It was the blue floor. I forget who they won against, but it was the blue floor, a freestyle session. Style Elements, they won by just doing a shitload of routines. And again, that's kind of where we got it from. This was that time. So perspective then was different than perspective now. But their perspective then, right, because it changes. Their perspective then on why we lost. And again, because I see there's a bunch of people tapping in. Again, the reason why they say we lost is because, and you'll go back and we'll watch it right now. We'll watch up into that part. But you see Show do the air chair combo where he goes air chair, freeze, and then he pulls through. Well, he was doing it facing us. So they said because he did the freeze facing us, that's why we lost.
And he did lose. He did that a couple times, right? There, watching the battle, he definitely faced the crew versus the opponent. Then that's I mean, back then you couldn't even flare and touch your toe, like, or swipe your feet. Like that was, you know, people would be calling you out on that shit back then.
Oh, bro, dude, I used to before I actually knew how to do footwork, dude. I remember Stilo, dude, from Style Elements in California. We were battling them one time, and he was like clowning me because I was doing footwork flat-handed.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're doing footwork flat-handed. You're so whack." And I was just like,
"You're doing it wrong."
I don't know no different.
Yeah.
And then later on, I learned the right way. But yeah, so they said that because of Show doing his freeze combo the other way, that's why they gave it to him. But for, like I said, different time, different perspective. Now you could find a bunch of reasons why we lost. But we gave them a run for their money. Let's watch this a little bit, and then we'll get out of here. So, sorry, Moy, to show this part again. Right here is where I feel like it just changed. Like we're competing now, you know. And you see Ricky right there. You see Ricky in the background from New Mexico.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He
El
witnessed
Nino
Ricky Jr.'s
or
death.
El Chingon.
El
Oh, El
Chingon.
Chingon. My
Yep.
bad.
But yo, look at these dudes. They came in. They're pissed at us. Look at that. That might be '07. I don't know. The back of his shirt says '07, and that's a Red Bull shirt. So he must be sponsored or barely getting sponsored. I don't know.
Yeah. Jeez.
You hear Dant in the background? He's like, I don't give up.
Yeah.
That was Dant. That boy got musicality. But yeah, right here, this is why they say, I mean, dope combo, but this is why the judges say we lost. It's a hard move.
Yeah.
It's dope.
For that to be the decider, definitely gave them a run for their money. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, if it's coming down to nitpicking on direction of poses, at that point, it's pretty much, they're trying to find any reasons why either side, had the upper hand.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, you don't hear about judges taking a 30-minute break to go watch footage to see who won. Maybe we should.
Some instant replays.
Maybe we need instant replays. Judges' reviews, because I don't know. Maybe that's.
I mean, it just depends on, as a producer, if you have time to fill in some, so that you cannot have the controversy later on from the kind of hindsight or spectators after.
Yeah, I'd say the only way you could do that is if you did like you had like an extra judge sitting on the side, and they have like the red flag, like in football, and they could throw it and be like a challenge, but they only get like 2 challenges for the whole event, or a challenge,
Yeah, it couldn't be up to the crew, or
No.
like the opponent to throw the challenge. Yeah.
No, because then you'd have every battle everyone throwing a red flag.
I won that shit. Like, I know I'm the shit. Like,
could you imagine if you gave competitors a red flag to throw to challenge judges? Like, I challenge, I won. Go watch the footage. The judges have to go back and stage. But yeah, no, that's literally what happened here. Is the judges went outside for 30 minutes and decided Show did his freeze the wrong way, and we lost. But like I said, perspectives then and now are totally different. But I mean, imagine though if you could have judges take a like a review, bro, because obviously, like I seen last weekend, Lineage and Kid Break calling out the judges, and ATN calling out the judges at the Oregon Jam.
oh,
Yeah. The footage is out there. It's sick. So they called out the judges.
did the judges show out?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah?
It was
Oh,
one of the
hell
one of
yeah.
the one of the judges was Orb from Circle of Fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, and then this dude, fuck, I forget his name, but he killed it. He had an air chair all sick on them. Like that in the comments, someone was like, he sat in the chair all day just to sit in a chair all day.
Sick.
Right. So, but no, Kid Break and them, they called out the judges. I didn't see the battle that made them have to call it the judges. I just seen the footage of them getting called out. But then I also, I've heard complaints about systems and judges being in using the system incorrectly, the end eight system. I've heard a lot of stuff. I mean, judging is just another thing that we're always gonna be tackling to get right. I do think the end eight is probably the most, I would say, fairest way if you want to, because you got to be educated in how to use it, and it kind of makes you understand what is all out there being judged on, instead of just seeing your own perspective.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you kind you get shown the right way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Judging's just so hard, dude.
It's and that's the beautiful thing about breaking, right? Is it's interpretation. There's always opinions, but at the end of the day, it's really like an art form, and there's no scoreboard. There's no points that, other than there's a toggle. There's points in a sense, but there's not points as far as like how would you grade an air flare versus a style, like a style combo, and have one be a 9, one be a 6. Like it's just
I think
it's
it's
just never be there. Yeah.
yeah, no, I think it's just for me. When I judge, it's more of like a quality of what's being put out there, because there's so much being put out there, and you could tell when someone's a seasoned dancer, someone who's just getting into it, or someone who's having a good moment, or someone who's just off. Like
Yeah.
I could see those things in a dancer. So
Yeah.
I use those things into my judging, where it's like, oh, well, if someone's off and they're just having a bad day, whether they're having a bad day and they shouldn't win, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I think you're right. I think like experience, of course, and the craft that you put into it, and also just the charisma and talent. It definitely goes. It'll rise the better dancer for sure.
yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think the judging gets hard when you got two dancers who are just about equally matched, right? They're just like, because then you're just like, oh, wait, what happened there? I think judges, we need more training in judging. I think all of us, myself included, could use more help, and more education, and doing it more, because it's just like, it's just like your six step or head spin or any move that we do. We have to do it a bunch of times to get really, really good at it, right? And get that move down. Well, it's like judging is the same thing. Why should it be any different? You should, I don't know, maybe judges should have like so many, preliminary battles, or kids battles, or amateur battles before they're under their belt, before they're actually judging huge competitions.
Totally. Just like
I,
you have a little league umpire versus a major league umpire. Like,
I don't
yeah, but
know.
you can. Yeah, I think that's legit. I think you have to go through the ranks and qualifications.
Yeah, but no one wants to go
14
through
year
the
old.
ranks.
No one wants to go through and I mean, at
Who
that
are
point,
you to
it's not
tell
even.
me?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, I think at that point, it's like who's taking the time to actually dedicate to not just loving the dance, but also taking it to that point of like the the critical aspect of judging, right? Because not every umpire was a major league baseball player, right? Like,
Right.
or not every ref on the field was an uh, NFL superstar, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, it takes time for both. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
We'll get there, but yeah, the judging back then was really crazy, and yeah, like I said, I don't know who the judges were that specific, but I just know Remind was one of them for sure.
that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, no, that's crazy to see all your baby faces. Like,
It's crazy to see we're all
my,
really young, and even like I said,
my,
them too. Like, bro, I hope when I put this footage out, they see it and it's like, oh shit, because Break Disciples, I don't even remember how long they were even a thing. Like together doing their thing. I'm just glad and honored that we got the chance to, as they were a team at that point. Because them some bad motherfuckers, bro. Like straight up. You know,
Yeah.
like they're hard hitters, and respect to them, and hope they see the footage, and it shows their little bit of time that they had together dancing. It did get
Yeah.
heated afterwards. I'm gonna find that footage, but it got heated afterwards. If you know my brother Ray, he talked a lot of shit, and there was a lot of shit talking, and that was one thing about us is a lot of people probably didn't like us because the one thing we didn't do is we didn't kiss ass. We didn't, you know, swing on
Choke
anybody's
on,
nuts or anything.
choke on
You
the
know,
chode. Yeah.
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 Excuse,
No.
excuse our language, but yeah, we
uh,
didn't swing on nobody's stuff. We didn't jock anybody. We didn't treat anybody like they're superstars. You know, like
yeah.
it was different then. We were just like, dude, like
Yeah,
I don't know.
and me coming up with you guys, it was you learn that it kind of cripples you in your capabilities to network at that
Yeah.
age, and then when we go back into the circuit, 5 years ago and like really start surfacing again, like I see the respect that these guys have for you because of the lineage that you've had in the game, and they always bring up Ray and Show, and there was respect that was earned. There was bygones made bygones, and you guys put stuff in the past, and it's really cool to see that the beef from the '90s and 2000s has evolved into this culture where everyone's grown up from that, and also have taken those experiences and still remember when that was also very put on like a level of respect even without showing respect, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, we all respect each other because we went through those times together where we were like at war against each other. Because that wasn't the first time we had interactions with Moy. Like we
Yep.
battled all of Texas on the Queen Mary. It was
Yeah.
GWT versus all of Texas. Jive Turkeys, United B-Boys, Havoc Coro. We got B-Boy jumped by them dudes, So like if you don't know what B-Boy jumped is, you don't know. But yeah, we got B-Boy jumped by them, Like they took us out in a cipher. They just like it was crazy, but that's, I remember Ray and Show always battling Little John and Moy, and there's a lot of shit talking, there was a
Yeah.
lot of shit
my
talking.
my first freestyle session, I think, was it Moy and Lil Jon versus Show and Ray, and they literally battled for like 2 hours, like where we like take a break, walk away, and they're still fucking going at it. Like I'm
Uh
just
huh.
like, oh yeah, the beef was, and then they'd come to Colorado, and you'd see just the same, just budding Rams, like just yeah, it was a different era back then where those
Yeah,
beefs
for sure.
lasted a long time.
It was personal. It was personal beef. It
Yeah.
was like, yo, you're whack. I think you're whack, or I think I'm better than you. Like it wasn't like it wasn't even like a think. It was like we just thought that like, nah, you're whack. Like I'm better than
Yeah.
you. Like I don't give a shit. Every time I see you, I want to smoke your ass. Like there's plenty of times. I remember when we went down to B-Boy City with Freak Show, and then Shorty from Brickheads was out there, and bro, the battle ended up outside on the concrete because fools were just talking mad shit to each other. Like that's just how it was. But like you said, though, it's a different time now, and I'm glad we are able to put that behind us and that energy behind us because I know Moy's been here. He's judged and taught for us, and we've put that in the past, and I've apologized for those times. And Speedy, I judged with him in Vegas, so in Rocks Right, we say what's up to each other. So it's like you said, it's a respect of like, okay, we remember, but we're grown up and
Yeah.
we're not that way no more.
Yeah. It's like seeing those gladiators after they've aged and won their prize, just like yeah, like there's a humble respect for sharing the battleground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I love it. That's the footage, y'all. That's GWT versus Break Disciples. Like I said, I'll post that up tonight or sometime tonight or in the early in the morning. And again, Mexican standoff, Break Effect's 20-year anniversary, May 1st and 2nd of the 2026 year of next year. And 5-on-5s, crew battles, 3-on-3, open style, kids 2-on-2. Break the Bank, one-on-one concrete battle, and some type of B-girl battle will be going on that weekend, as well as exhibition battles, performances, and many other things.
Yes, come celebrate with us all. Big 2-0.
Big 2-0, don't you know? So I don't know when we'll be back on. Me and Tobes are juggling life right now. So we're just trying to stay in touch with the community. If you would love to be on our podcast, reach out to us. We're totally down to have people on here. And I guess until next time, yo, like we'll see everyone soon. Machantli battle next month. Make sure everyone's there. We will be there. Full show. It's gonna be sick, yo. Yeah. Any other words, Toby, before we get out of here?
No, no. Just thank you guys for tuning in. Like Eb said, definitely appreciate you guys being patient and, just tuning in when we're jumping on. Definitely appreciate the support and definitely, leave us some comments, leave us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, hope you all have a great night.
Yeah, yeah. Look, catch us on our social medias. Let's see, what do we got? The Break Effects account, the Spot account, and your account, the breakdown.
The loco break, yeah, the loco
What
breakdown.
what is that? How do
Also
they find you
follow,
on that? How do they find you on that? What
yeah,
is that?
Al, um, it's lo.co breakdown.
Breakdown. Follow his page. Toby's up in Longmont doing things. He's got his classes twice a week. Go check it out. He also has some freestyle time. So, yeah. Follow us on all the pages. Catch us in battles and ciphers soon. And other than that, we'll see you next time. Peace out.